Welcome to Deal or No Deal.
Yes? 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 Oh, come on! Yes! Damn! Damn!
Hey there, my name's Kieran McCam. I want to talk to you about today a problem that has been bugging me for a very long time. It is the Monty Hall problem. So ignoring the fact that paradoxes can't exist because paradoxes are just two forms of conflicting logic and there's no such thing as a real paradox. It's fun to think about, I guess. It's fun to think about paradoxes in general, but in the end, no paradoxes survive, if you like. There's always an explanation for the paradox. There is this problem, this paradox called the Monty Hall problem. The idea is this: you're a game contestant on a game show. The host of this game show, called Monty, offers you a choice. There are 3 doors behind which there is 1 car and 2 bad things, 2 goats. And goats doesn't stand for greatest of all time in this case. There are 2 goats, and you don't want the goats, you want that car. What are your chances of getting that car? Right now, it's 1 out of 3, because you have 3 doors available to you, and those 3 doors are your only option. You got 3 doors, and so it's 1 out of 3. So you pick a door. But the game's not over. Now Monty says, I'm going to show you what's behind one of these doors. Ooh, trickster. So he shows you, obviously he doesn't show you the money door. He can't show you the money door, because if you've chosen the money door, he can't show it to you, and it would ruin the point of the game. There's a great Vsauce video about this problem. I really like the Vsauce one because he's sitting on a table, and I guess that's it, because he's sitting on a table. I'm joking. It's a good one because he explains it in one go. I have no idea how he does it in one go without stuttering. He must have a lot of experience. It's difficult to not stutter and to focus on your sentences. Something I need to work on. Monty says now, once he's revealed to you a goat, he's revealed a bad door to you. Now you have 2 doors left. The one that you have picked and the other one that you did not pick and that Monty did not open. Now you have a choice. Do you want to switch to the door that Monty didn't open, or do you want to stay on the door that you chose originally? So my initial gut reaction was that it made no difference, change or not change. When I first discovered this problem a few years ago, change or not change, why would it make a difference? Because I am in the moment. Again, so in the moment, I have only 2 doors available to me. And so I will pick one of 2 doors. So my probability of winning the car is now 1 out of 2. So first 1 out of 3, and then 1 out of 2. But what was impressed upon by all these videos is the power of repeatability. And I think it's important to mention that it is repeatability specifically that gives the solution that is so prominent, so popular on the internet to this problem, that makes the solution work. What I was told is that over the long run, if you switch, it will be better for you. And I was confused. I was like, well, why is that the case? Now, I can't explain to you well enough in a varying amount of ways how to solve this problem, sadly, because I do not think this way. I don't think in a probability kind of way. I think more in an intuitive way. So I look at problems that are unintuitive, and when they're written down, it helps me, and then I can draw from them an intuitive conclusion, which I can remember well, and I can give it to you. But I will list a couple of them now. Anyway, if you keep your door, you still have 1/3 chance, because it's still 1 out of 3. But because, this is such a poor explanation, this is because so when you originally picked your door, you had a 1 out of 3 chance. of getting the right answer. And so the other two doors hold a 2 out of 3 chance together, combined, of getting the right answer. This was explained on Numberphile, and I think it was poorly explained on Numberphile, because they explained it like you can almost feel that the probability is concentrated. And so I don't think that the Numberphile video, at least the one that I watched, I think there are 2, was very clear about how this actually works. But they were saying that the probability of 2/3 is concentrated behind the 2 doors, and because Monty reveals a bad door to you, it then becomes concentrated behind that one remaining door, and so there's 2/3 probability. And this is a poor explanation, because this is not exactly what happens, because on the moment, no, there is no concentration at all. On the moment, it's still 1 out of 2. And I know a lot of people won't be happy about this, because I debated them on the internet and I'm doing it again. And they don't get it. Perhaps I need to express myself better. The probability can be better explained like this. Now, I can't explain it to you very well without showing you the picture, so I'm gonna go find the video and I'm going to put the picture on the screen right now. This grid holds the answer. If you pick this and then pick this, or if you pick this and then pick this, or if you pick this and then pick this, it will show you that, in fact, there are more chances of you winning if you choose to switch. That 6 out of 9 times, if you switch, you win. All right, so Kieran from the future here. I have gone back to the problem, to the grid, and I know that it might not be so clear, so I wanted to explain it. I went back and learned how to explain it in better probability terms, let's say. So the idea is that behind door 1, if there is the car, so the grid is showing you the possibilities of how the car is going to be placed. If the car is placed behind door 1, that's the first column. If the car is placed behind door 2, that's the second column. And if the car is placed behind door 3, that's the third column. So if the car is placed behind door 1 and you pick either of the 2 other doors first, it will be in your best interest to switch. If the car is placed behind door 2 and you pick one of the other 2 doors first, it will be in your interest to switch. And same thing for door 3. If the car is placed behind door 3 and you pick one of the other 2 doors first, it will be in your best interest in that second choice to pick to switch as well. And this grid is basically showing you that 2 out of 3 times you will pick the wrong door first. You will be likely, to pick the wrong door first. And you will need to switch 2/3 of the time, because 2/3 of the time you get the door wrong. And that's what this grid is showing. I don't think this way, so it's very strange for me to sort of lay probability out in paths of possibility, because I'm not good like that. I would probably be a very poor chess player, for instance, because you have to think moves ahead, and if he does that, then I do this, and he does that, and I do this. And my short-term memory, I would need to work on it, but I was not gifted with a good short-term memory. I have issues concentrating sometimes. It could also be because I got schizophrenia a few years ago. That's besides the point, I guess. But it's also that I just don't master it enough. I haven't learned it by heart, and because I don't think like that, it's not in my interest right now to fumble and stumble. I tried this video just earlier, and I fumbled and stumbled, and it frustrated me. So I'm going to concentrate on what I can give, which is an intuitive explanation to this problem. Why is it 2 out of 3? And I found the best way to explain it, and I'm pretty happy with this explanation. The best intuitive way to explain it. When you pick a door the first time, it's 1 out of 3. We all agree on that. If you choose the same door, it's as if Monty hadn't given you another option. It's still 1 out of 3. But if you choose to switch, It's like Monty is offering you another chance. Because the probability that we're talking about here, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, is the probability of winning the car, which has not yet been revealed at the second choice. And yet you are asked, has your probability changed at the second stage before the door is revealed? So let me explain this another way. You can divide this game into 3 parts. The part before the goat is revealed, the part after the goat is revealed, that middle part where you have to choose to keep your door or change, and the final bit where the final door is revealed after that door is revealed and you know whether you've won the car or not. And yet, a probability has only 2 parts. Before you know, and the final part that reveals the outcome and that informs the probability over the long run. Obviously, because probability by definition is over the long run, or at least in this case, the one that they're talking about is. So the intuitive way is not this. This is a rather strange way of explaining it, but and I'm not too comfortable with this 3-state to 2-state issue, but it does reveal that there's something odd going on. If Monty reveals a door, it's like he's changing the game. It's like he's now resetting this game. But yet, the game has not been reset because it's still the same door that has the car behind it. So Vsauce is right, Michael is right, when he says that it's Monty that reveals something to you, that changes something. It does. Because say Monty had revealed nothing, but he still offered me to switch for no reason. I say, I pick one door, and then he goes, okay, now pick another door. Do you want to switch to another door, one of these other 2 doors? Then my odds would be the same, 1 out of 3. So changing doors has no power. What happens is that the change matters because Monty reveals a thing, because Monty reveals a goat. But I say it this way. It's like you're getting 2 chances in total to win. Because the first time you get a 1 out of 3 chance, if, say, you had another chance and you could pick 2 doors from the beginning and there was no middle stage, and you just picked 2 doors, you would have a 2 out of 3 chance. And this is exactly what you get. You get to pick 1 door and then switch as if Monty had revealed a bad choice. Let's put it like this. What if the game had been, I pick a door and Monty goes, are you sure you want to pick that door? You only get 2 chances at this game. Go for it, Monty. Okay. You pick the door and you pick the wrong one. No, you picked the goat. But you get another chance now. And so in total, from the very beginning, you had 2 out of 3 chances because you're getting to pick 2 doors. I've rearranged the events. This for me is the most intuitive way to explain this problem. Monty is revealing to you your first poor choice and enabling you to get a second chance. Switching means accepting that second opportunity and therefore getting another chance. And maintaining your door is, as I said earlier, like doing nothing at all. It's like Monty offers you a chance, whatever, I don't care. I'm sticking with this 1 out of 3. From the beginning, this is how you collapse those unintuitive 3 states into 2 states. The 2 states are now, you get 2 chances. Pick 2 doors, and we'll see if you win. But the only reason this works, because you can't, this is not the game that you're offered. You're not offered 2 chances. And there is a difference between being given 2 chances and being given 1 chance and then another chance after Monty reveals the door. Because you are actually offered multiple choices at varying moments. And so this probability of 2 chances if you switch will only appear after multiple games, because there are multiple choices. And by multiple choices, I don't mean multiple doors to choose from. I mean multiple opportunities to choose a door. The if you choose this door and then if you choose this door, in what world could a probability manifest with all these ifs? You would have to create multiple paths. And the multiple paths can only in our real world exist sequentially. And it's only because you repeat the game that the probability arises. This is the really important part, is that the way people are saying this is very misleading, because so far all the videos that I've seen will say that the best strategy for you to play this game, and I'm assuming they're talking about a one-off of playing this game. You don't get a repeat. You play the game once with Monty, oh, too bad, you don't get another chance. You lost the car, too bad, go home. You win the car, great for you. Everyone is saying that this is a viable strategy, that switching doors is a good strategy. But it's not, because you don't get 2 chances from the beginning. In this one game, you only get 2 chances by switching over time. Because the probability, and this is something no one understands, it seems, probability manifests over time, by definition, because probability involves multiple iterations. And I feel like some people will intuitively or maybe not intuitively understand this. I feel like this is not necessarily special as a thought, but a lot of people struggle with it, because I am currently speaking to people online who are really frustrated or really angry, and to be fair, that's maybe just YouTube commenters. And I don't understand why nobody understands that probability is the domain of multiple universes, multiple chance, repeatability. At least in this case. In this case, the game involves multiple choices. And so these multiple opportunities to choose from multiple doors create a condition for this probability to arise through repetition. And so I wanted to talk about the 2 kinds of probabilities that exist. There exists this probability here, which is the probability of repetition that arises through repeatability. And there's the second, which is the probability of availability, which arises through the moment. And the moment is the door picks. You get to pick 3 doors, and then you get to pick 2 doors. That is the probability of availability. It's the same probability that you have with lottery tickets, that you can write any number down, and there's only one winning number. So say the number is from 1 to a billion. And obviously it's not exactly like that, but it usually is like that. But then they pick a really convoluted number, like 365,268,782, and you have to guess this exact number. You have all the numbers available to you from 1 to a billion, and you can pick any number you want. So your odds of winning are 1 out of a billion. If you don't assume that another person can pick the same number, but that makes the odds circumstantial, but I suppose that's another video, that the odds are circumstantial in a lot of cases and can't just be separated into the math world. But in this case, I wanted to make the specific differentiation between these available odds, which are the lottery odds, which are maybe casino odds, but casino odds for picking a card out of a deck. And you are allowed to pick from any part of the deck. If you do that, then your odds become available. All your odds are available. And so now, for instance, picking a card out of a deck is 1 out of 52. 1 out of 52, easy peasy. But if you had to pick the top card, and we were wondering about shuffling and wondering about all the different ways, and suddenly your odds go way, way down for you to pick the right card, because they're linked to causality. So the odds are now not available to you. You can't pick any card you want. You can only pick the top card. And so then it becomes a sort of mind game of how were the cards predisposed to be organized, to be shuffled. And then it goes back, and then it's linked to the specific geometry that we live in. But the confusion here in this Monty Hall problem specifically arises. And I think this is actually the solution to the Monty Hall problem, is the differentiation between the odds of availability, which is 1 third, then 1/2, because you only have 3 doors available to you first, and then you move on to the second choice, where you have 2 doors available to you, and so it's 3 then 2 for you. But over time, if you were to play this game again and again, or if you like, you could take the perspective of Monty on this, who is constantly repeating the game. So you could switch around the odds. You could say Monty has a 2/3 chance of winning over the long run if he gets contestants to choose the same door they picked the first time. That's what Monty would want. And so Monty is actually benefiting from those odds in the long run. And you are not. You can only benefit from them if you play the game again. At least twice. Obviously, the odds, if you have ever played those online simulation version of this game, the odds arise with time. So the 2/3 thing doesn't even appear on the second game, or the third game, or the fourth. It appears over I guess an unlimited, not really an unlimited, but over a certain amount of games, those odds will appear for you. And so if you were 2 extratemporal beings fighting it out in the same unending game over and over, your odds would indeed be better if you switched, and it would be better for Monty if you didn't. But this is not what's happening. What's happening is you are a one-off, and so your odds are your available odds. But Monty is not, and so his odds are the repeatable odds. And that is the solution to Monty Hall. My name is Kieran McCann, and I hope you liked this video. I'll see you in the next one.